Welcome to a video that ain't exactly in March, and there's 3 reasons I gave for if I did a video before March. One, there's a GT7 or at the very least next Gran Turismo trailer or announcement or something big in that aspect. Two, GT Sport gets something amazing. Or three, and unrelated to the first two, pretty much a miracle. Well, as for GT7, we have the Xbox X, so that's a thing. But it won't play GT7, so it's really not. As for GT Sport, well, we're gonna get Laguna Seca, I think. Can't play the game, I don't care. We still don't have the track that has been teased for a while. Granted, we've gone through this before with Spa and all that, but still, getting one track every 2 months isn't exactly going to get me back to GT Sport anytime soon, that's for sure. But something that actually might, and I very much thank whoever it was who did this, or a combination of all y'all, or however it works, because it doesn't say individuals, so I just kind of have to guess. The miracle that I sort of preferenced before is that, essentially, I'll link it in the description, I went over it more in that video, but the site LBRY has done what I mentioned in that video. Essentially, you make money from watching videos. Enough people have made money from watching videos that they have then donated that money to me. Now granted, it's LBRY currency, LBC, I'm going to call it that. I assume that's what it stands for, but don't quote me on that. So it's not direct US dollars, so I can't spend it immediately. But from the research that I've done, between watching videos and donations from other people who've watched videos and then donated it to me, I've made roundabout-ish, it goes up and down, because it is Bitcoin, essentially. I've made roundabout 15 US dollars so far, from the bulk of it being donations, and I very much thank y'all for that. It doesn't show who exactly does the donations, but still, that's quite incredible, and I'm very much humbled that I actually am essentially making money from my YouTube channel. I'm not really one to beg for that kind of stuff, and I'm pretty sure that's why essentially I made a lot of the money, especially because the bulk of it is through donations. And again, y'all definitely don't have to donate, and that's the reason that the only way I have for donating is through LBRY, because it's not real money. You don't lose any physical money donating through LBRY, you just get it for watching videos. That's why I like this site so much. To be quite frank, it's a small site. There's only about 50,000 or so members, and then somewhere in the hundreds of thousands of overall guests and stuff at an account. Essentially, to put that in perspective, a YouTube channel with 50,000 subscribers probably can't even be full-time. So, it's a small site, but there's big potential for it. And on YouTube, I have about 170 subscribers, and I made absolutely no money from YouTube. I couldn't if I wanted to, but I don't want to, because YouTube uses real money. This, I'm fine with making money if y'all are fine with giving it to me, because essentially the money is made through watching videos, what you could do on YouTube anyway, but instead of LBRY, get paid for it. So essentially, well, that's happened. I've gotten paid, what's here, 213 LBC so far from directly watching the videos. That's already in my wallet to begin with, because that's what I get from the site directly. It's not from donations. So essentially, that's just, I can spend throughout the site wherever I want immediately. Like, I can donate it to other people, I can spend money watching videos that cost some of the currency, whatever it may be, or I can use it to spend on myself later. But the vast majority of what I made, and again, I very much thank y'all for that, is through tips, donations, whatever you want to call it. This calls it tips, and I know it's kind of some people don't like showing their income and such and YouTube and all that, but with this being LBRY and it not being direct US dollars, I don't have a problem with it. I'm not at all saying this to brag, because essentially I didn't make this money, y'all gave me this money, and I'm very much happy for it. If anything, I'm bragging on y'all. I don't know who of y'all it was exactly, because it doesn't show, but Nonetheless, each and every view I'm very much thankful for, especially with this being my first video in months now. So, yeah, here's the overall statistics. This is essentially what I have in donations, earned and bound in tips. But the bound means that I don't directly have the money yet, because how it's on LBRY, it ups how much my videos are recommended in LBRY. Which that is somewhat of an elitist way of going about things, but the money you use to make your videos more recognized, you get from watching videos. So essentially, if you watch videos that aren't as recognized yet, they would then get more recognized. You get paid to do it, and then their videos will get more recognition, and then ultimately they'll make money too. So essentially, even though it is somewhat of an elitist way of doing things, you have somewhat of the power of who gets the quote-unquote elitist type thing. And honestly, just that's how all video sharing sites are. The more quote-unquote popular, depending on what the site considers popular a video is, the more it's going to get into quote-unquote recommended. Just here, it does it by how much tips is given. This is how much tips I have so far. And I think I've already said this, but it equals around about $15 US of tips. So if I want to, I can take it out, convert it to US dollars. I'll look exactly how to do that, but I don't think it'd be too terribly hard. And then I can spend it, but then my videos won't get as recognized on this channel, being LBRY itself. But given that I'm mainly from YouTube to begin with, the only channel being specifically for LBRY being Rantating, in which only has a few videos on there and a lot less views anyway than my main channel, I don't really care about the recognition on LBRY, because I know y'all are definitely loyal enough to where wherever I am, y'all will watch the videos and even donate, which again, I very much thank y'all for doing. Again, it's kind of a bittersweet thing, because it's y'all that are donating, but I don't know exactly who of y'all it is, so I'll say this, no matter what on my channel, I will always do shoutouts. If you want a shout out, essentially just leave it in the comments and I will do a video for it. But if you can, I guess the way you would do it is you go on your money spent on LBRY and then show what's spent. And if the codes match up, it shows you did it. If you have like a picture or whatever showing that you were the one who donated to me, no matter how much it is, even if it's like 5 currency or 1,000, whatever it is, I don't care, I'll do it for no matter how much it is. I will make you a video of whatever you want the video to be about, to the best of my abilities. Again, I don't really have the software and all that to edit videos, but I'll do my best with it, because essentially y'all paid me to make more videos. I know that I said on my last video that essentially if I get money through LBRY, more likely than not I would have to use it on real world stuff, but I looked, and for LBRY is up to $600, the government doesn't care, it's not taxed or anything. Over $600, I assume that means a year, it's taxed. And as of now, I'm at like $15. Granted, all this has come in the last month and a bit, but still, I assume a lot of that's because I mentioned it. I doubt this would be my average income or anything. And even still, 15 times 12 is $180. Yes, $180 a year. So that's a lot under what would be taxed. So ultimately, why I'm saying this is that $180 to spend on real world stuff isn't going to make or break me. Essentially, the whole reason I said to donate on LBRY is maybe that means I can get GT Sport. And all things considered, of about $15 right now, sort of, I can probably find a used physical copy of GT Sport for that. But the problem with getting a physical copy, especially when it's used, is it'll just end up in the same situation more likely than not. Of the disc will break, so I prefer to just download it digitally, in which would be from PlayStation Store, most likely. And that one's about $20. So for now, I'm making this video because honestly, I didn't realize that people were actually tipping this money until yesterday. I just now got done with college for this semester, kind of sort of. I still have one more exam, but I'm mostly done. I'm done with all the projects and stuff. So I had more time to check stuff, and I just now noticed it because I just had time to look. My bad on that. From now on, I know what a tip is, different from LBRY itself giving money. And I, again, would gladly make you a video if you tip money on LBRY. Because, again, you don't have to use your reward money for LBRY. You can if you want, but y'all really don't need to do that. I mean, y'all don't have to tip anything, but again, the point of LBRY itself is you make money watching videos, so if you watch one video a day, you automatically make one LBRY currency, and then it'll add up throughout or whatever, especially if you already have a channel to begin with. And all that, and the specifics of how it adds up, I guess, will be when I show here. Again, the vast majority of what I have is for tips. I have this 213 from watching videos, but I have the nearly 1,400 from tips. This, I'm not 100% sure what that means. I guess maybe that means I could like sell my channel off for this amount of LBRY currency. I guess. I don't really know, but that's way less than I have in tips anyway, so I'm not going to do that. I don't really see any need to do that, really, because I'm mainly on YouTube anyway. Which that may be a future video, but I'll get into that in a bit. For now, also the details of the tips and such, because again, if y'all have the same code as it links up here, I will gladly make you a video of whatever you want it to be about. Now, it's just I'm doing this on my laptop instead of PS4 because it's easier to do it on an actual PC because it sells better, but I have to remember how to do this on the laptop. Alright, now I remember. I'll first go to the tips and do it from there. This is current as of pretty much now. It updates. And I've gotten tips as much as even today at 4 something a.m. all the way back to, I'll put it on there so I can see it, or I guess really we all can see it. I've gotten tips all the way back from October, but so I'll admit I did not really realize this, so I'm sorry about that. If I would have known even on the very first tip that I got back in October, I would have done a video on it, but I just now realized. I'm not 100% sure what it means. Of some of them have an icon and some of them don't. I don't 100% know the difference of that. Maybe that means that it's a new set, like it's a different time or something. Maybe if it doesn't have an icon, they're just done all at once. So essentially you donate it all in like a 1 or 2 minute span or however it takes to put it in there. But when it's to a different time period, it gets a new icon. But I mean, as y'all can see, I've gotten tons of tips, so I'm very, very, very much grateful for that. Again, I don't know if it's all from one person or if it's from a lot of people or sort of combination. Like one person has donated a lot, but still it's overall from a lot of people. But this is the overall amounts, and I will definitely stop at one point because I've looked through here. At some point, again, I don't care if you donate 5 LBRY currency or however much you want to. I'll gladly make a video. But I'll say this too. Whoever donated to almost 1,000 currency, which especially because I'm assuming how that icon looks. Like, or I guess not icon, the actual decimal points looks. That probably means somebody donated their entire amount. Because I would assume someone's not going to put in time to put in all those exact decimal places. They probably just did it all at once. Yeah, that's almost $10 right there, and yeah, that's yeah. I never thought ever that I'd be making money, and especially not like this. And $10 at once is, yeah. I mean, it's certainly not gonna be what I do for my main money making in my life, but still, just people take time out of their day to donate is, I never thought I'd be getting that. So that's, yeah, again, any of these codes, there's tons of them. You only have to sell one. I don't care what the amount is. Any amount, any one donation or many donations, whatever it is, I'll gladly make a video for you. And again, I assume it's just you spent and this code generated. That would be, it is. And I'll say this too, if whoever donated almost 1,000, if you have that code, put it in the comments again if you have any of the codes. But I guess if you want something for whoever donated the literal $10 of that, then I can probably try to do some sort of like video game style like help or something with that too. Like I can help train you on like Drive Club or something like that, or I can tune for you in Project Cars too, and I'm not all that good at that game, but I can try. Or, I mean, again, this overall equals to about 15 US dollars. I'm pretty close to where I could get GT Sport. The overall currency goes up and down depending on a lot of factors, just sort of like how US dollar goes up and down, depending on a lot of factors. But essentially, once I get about 2,000 currency or so, I will certainly look into getting GT Sport again, because I assume that's probably what y'all are mainly donating for, so they get back to GT Sport. I guess these would be the rest of the tips here, so we'll look through as well. Again, I don't really care when you donated or how much or whatever, but yeah, that's still quite amazing. In fact, I somewhat lost track of what I was saying. Oh yeah, this essentially the tips would equal I could probably get GT Sport. So to sort of tie everything together, if I get GT Sport, I can make more videos, obviously. But for now, for videos, if y'all are donating, that kind of, I feel like no matter what the content is, I should make something. But again, that kind of goes back to what I said in my last video, and what I've said a lot throughout my channel is, I don't want to make a video just to post something. I want the video to have meaning or whatever. While every video from now on will essentially have a lot more meaning, because I know people are donating tips, monetary meaning is different than content meaning, if that makes any sense. I don't want to make a video just to make y'all feel like donating. It just seems kind of wrong. Especially where I'm not doing this as my main income. So, again, if you want me to make you a video, shout out or whatever, I would do that no matter the situation. Especially if you've donated money through LBRY, then I would try my best to do whatever your request is, like more than a shout out or whatever. If you want whatever it may be, like I can do a certain type of drive club video, or I can do, I mean, again, I can attempt for GT Sport or whatever, or I can do research on like a topic of about Gran Turismo or something like that. And especially if whoever donated nearly 1,000. I mean, again, this might all be from one person. I can't tell. As far as I know, there's no way to tell. I assume as many as I've gotten over time, it's probably from quite a few people. But, again, no matter what, I'm not taking sides or whatever, because no matter how much or little you donated, it's still real world money in this case. So, let's thank y'all for that. So, future videos. For now, I think this is a one-off, honestly. I mean, I played Wreckfest quite a bit. I'm sure I can do like one Wreckfest fail compilation type thing, but that'd be like a 1-minute video of miscellaneous clips, and then that's kind of it. Again, as I said in the last video, I can facilitate Wreckfest, but Wreckfest doesn't really have a alert to it. I'm not trying to like improve myself and become a better racer and all that like in GT Sport. Nor is there enough to truly need improved that has to go over it like GT Sport. Wreckfest is a really good game, but ultimately not a really serious game either, so it's kind of one thing that I sort of kind of was thinking about, but I'm not so sure about how much time I'd have to do it, is essentially do Dirty Endurance Racing League for Wreckfest. Does that make sense? Kind of a perfect combination, really. But I'm not sure if I have the internet to run it, even if I get $1,000 of currency from LBRY. Kentucky only has so good of internet, so I'm still not so sure on that. I'll try. I'm not canceling it out, but I'm not guaranteeing anything either. And there's this time constraint. I mean, I can certainly do a sort of a one-off thing over Christmas break, winter break, whatever, which I have to about mid-January, so that could be a thing. But yeah, for now, I'll try my best of thinking of something for videos, but again, y'all can think of stuff too. Whatever y'all want me to do, I would certainly try my best to do it. Especially if you're donating, but again, y'all definitely don't have to donate. But the only way I have to donate is through LBRY, and again, in general, whether you donate or not, I like LBRY very, very much because you make money watching videos. I feel like that's an American dream right yonder, is you lay on your nice comfortable bed in your nice warm house and eat your nice comfort food and watch a video of whatever you want. Again, the LBRY is not the most diverse, it's not the biggest, but I will say this, you can watch videos that, I'll say this, aren't allowed on YouTube anymore. Remember the reason that YouTube was founded initially, though. If y'all don't know it, do some research on it, but I'll just say it's about a Super Bowl fiasco that ain't about football. Put it like that. That ain't allowed on YouTube anymore, but it is allowed on LBRY. Put it like that. But yeah, that's the American dream right yonder. I very much thank y'all for helping my dream right yonder. And from wherever y'all are, too. That's kind of the phrase, American dream. I noticed on my YouTube channel that over 50% of my total views is not even from USA. Which still just downright astounds me, because I'm not even going to attempt to speak any foreign language. I don't know any foreign language. So that's downright crazy in and of itself. And I'd say it's probably even a bit more diverse on LBRY, because whoever donating is the most loyal people. And again, everyone who's watching this video is the most loyal people. You don't have to donate. If you're watching this video, first video that's done in this time, especially if you're watching at this point nearly 25 minutes in, you're definitely loyal. But yeah, folks, that's that. My voice is kind of starting to go. I need more practice to be able to do this in the long term as well. Because, again, this is my real accent. I can exaggerate and then make it like the Dirty Endurance Racing League accent, but this accent only lasts for like 10 minutes. My normal, non-exaggerated accent, but it's still quite country. It's kind of already going out. But the more videos I do, the more practice I have in that, and probably the better I'll get with it as well. So that sort of motivates them as well. But again, I still don't have GT Sport yet. But the more I watch videos, the more I'll get paid from it, and then eventually I can get GT Sport. So, yeah, folks, that's quite good. Again, that doesn't necessarily mean anything for the immediate future. Because essentially, if y'all want me to do videos, put it in the comments, whether it be on LBRY or on YouTube or whatever, and I'll do it. But as for my own content of what I can think to do is, again, there's like one Wreckfest fail compilation. Skate 3 has sort of kind of online again. I could kind of do like one video of that or something, but 2 or 3 video ideas doesn't make my channel be able to be daily for a month or so at a time. So again, I'm not putting any pressure on y'all whatsoever, but people have donated and I very much want to do something for them. Just as of now, I don't exactly know what to do because I don't have what mainly people are coming for, being GT Sport at the moment. But I'm close to getting it. And because of y'all, it's very much worth a yeehaw.